Google and Meta have split the foundational AI landscape into two distinct evolutionary paths, forcing developers and users to pick a side. Google's Gemini 3.1 Pro represents the first path, the corporate brain. This is a deep sequential logic engine built specifically to digest massive datasets for professional, high-stakes workflows. Meta's Muse Spark takes the second path, the Cybernetic Eye. This is a spatial multi-agent system designed to dominate visual processing and integrate directly into consumer devices. Attempting to use the wrong model for your specific workflow creates immediate friction. If you force Muse Spark to write complex enterprise software, it often fails at the abstract terminal coding that Google handles with ease. Choosing an AI model is no longer a search for the single smartest system. Success now depends on aligning your specific needs with the correct underlying architectural philosophy. This comparison matrix plots the two models across 5 key performance metrics, revealing exactly where each architecture thrives and where it struggles. Google commands the logic and coding axis. Gemini 3.1 Pro is built for multi-step reasoning, while Meta has acknowledged its own model's deficiencies in abstract terminal coding. Conversely, Meta leads in visual and health diagnostics. Muse Spark's native multimodal pre-training gives it a significant edge in spatial awareness and real-world data interpretation. Memory capacity shows a similar divide. Google provides a massive 1 million token context window for deep document retrieval, while Meta utilizes a smaller 128,000 token limit optimized for nimble responses. Finally, there is the price axis. Google maintains a premium paid API, while Meta distributes Muse Spark to end users and developers entirely free of charge. Using Google for simple spatial tasks burns your token budget on a system over-engineered for the job. Using Meta for high-level logic wastes developer time correcting errors. You have to choose which polygon on this chart represents your actual needs, because optimizing for one side usually means sacrificing the other. Gemini 3.1 Pro's Deep Think mechanism defines its logical architecture. The model deliberately dissects, exploring multiple logical branches in a linear sequence before synthesizing its final response. This sequential logic translates to the highest scores on abstract reasoning benchmarks. The model hits 77.1% on ARC AGI2 and over 80% on the Software Engineering Benchmark, SW Bench. The second half of Google's strategy is the 1 million token context window. This allows an engineer to upload a 500-file codebase in a single prompt. Instead of analyzing fragments, Gemini reasons over the entire repository to find systemic architectural bugs. Google has positioned this model specifically for these super complex tasks, targeting the high-end enterprise and research markets. This combination of deep logic and massive memory ingestion establishes Gemini 3.1 Pro as the definitive corporate brain for multi-step software and document reasoning. Accessing this corporate brain comes with a clear financial cost. For individual power users, the Google AI Pro subscription runs $19.99 per month. For developers, the API follows a tiered pricing model, $2 per million input tokens and $12 per million output tokens for standard prompts. These costs grant you native integration into the Google Workspace suite, allowing Gemini to draft replies in Gmail or summarize threads in Docs using your real-time professional data. This is the central trade-off. You are paying a direct financial premium to guarantee access to reliable, professional-grade processing power. Google has effectively monetized the professional workflow, creating a clear pay-to-play ecosystem for high-stakes enterprise development. Meta Muse Spark focuses its entire architecture on visual perception, real-time spatial reasoning, and dominating the physical environment. Its contemplating mode replaces deep linear logic with parallel processing. The system orchestrates multiple parallel subagents to tackle a problem simultaneously, which maintains speed even as tasks grow more complex. This architecture thrives in the physical world. A user can point their smart glasses at a broken appliance and receive real-time, visually annotated guidance for the repair. The results place Muse Spark at the top of the industry for real-world application. It currently holds the #1 rank in both the HealthBench Hard Diagnostic Evaluation and the CharkEye Visual Reasoning Test. Meta achieves this while using 10 times less compute power than their previous generation models, making Muse Spark a highly efficient engine for mobile and wearable devices. By setting aside terminal coding and abstract logic, Meta has engineered an AI optimized entirely for physical perception and human-centric diagnostics. To disrupt the market, Meta distributes Muse Spark to end users entirely free of charge. This strategy extends to developers as well. Within their private API preview, Meta has currently set the baseline token cost to $0. This pivot away from open-source advocacy signals Meta's focus on proprietary ecosystem dominance over broad research sharing. However, free has its own cost. Accessing Muse Spark requires a Facebook or Instagram login, locking your data and daily habits into Meta's internal infrastructure and consumer walled garden. Meta is weaponizing its compute density to absorb API costs, trading direct revenue for total domination of human attention and wearable hardware lock-in. Choosing an infrastructure means selecting the specific sensory organs for your digital life. This decision matrix reveals two personas you can adopt. If you are a software developer, an enterprise analyst, or a workspace power user, you are the builder. The builder belongs on Gemini 3.1 Pro. Accept that professional reasoning requires a professional financial investment and pay the premium for that depth. If you are a content creator, a health tracker, or an everyday consumer using wearable hardware, you are the discoverer. The discoverer should adopt Meta Muse Spark. Accept the boundaries of the Meta walled garden in exchange for unparalleled visual and spatial supremacy. Deep logic and spatial awareness are now separate architectures. Stop expecting a free consumer eye to perform the work of an enterprise brain. Define your core outcome.